All right, everybody, you looking live at Father and Son Cowboys and Sports Talks. I'm the host, DJ. I tell you what, aka Jules, and I'm joined with my dad, co-host Cowboy Joe, and of course we're gonna talk about the tie and see whether it was good or bad, and we're gonna just throw our opinions out there. I'm gonna play the intro, and then we'll be back.
The Generation Cowboys and Sports Talk. My dad, my partner, my co-host, Cowboy Joe 64.
I am the father.
Just to get the Cowboys two good games to hopefully understand that they need to go receiver and go high with this next pick.
Yeah, yeah, that's really what this is gonna be about. All right, I had to switch up a few things. I had my audio on the wrong thing, but can you hear
Are
me
we
coming
live?
out clear? Yeah, we
Yeah,
live. Can you hear me? All right.
I
So
can hear you. Hey, just FYI, I don't think we are live on my Facebook. I don't see it. It's normally got like a red circle around it.
we are. You just have to refresh it.
Okay.
But anyways, yeah. So, about- you want to jump it off with the mic thing? So I'll let you go ahead and do that.
Yeah,
What was
appreciate
your
everybody joining. Late night, Sunday night games are kind of late. And I did something I usually listen to like all of the post game shows on a Sunday night. But last
yeah?
night they was kind of quick. They didn't stay on long, so I listened to DLLS, and then I played a 105.3 post game. I just play it like the next morning. But
Yeah.
but yeah, it was a really entertaining game. Um, both teams can take some things away that are positive. Both teams are looking at their defense, but their defense is supposed to be one of the best. That's my first time just watching them play, and we can definitely beat them. Uh, but but yeah, some of the post game comments about Micah and Jerry. I just wanted to just hit that real quick. A lot of people, content creators, they just kind of you got people that are split. They're gonna be Bird. I was just talking about him.
Yeah.
Uh,
B-Bird, we can send you the link if you want to jump on.
so
Go
B
ahead.
Bird, we gonna reach out, but I didn't know if you were available or not. So we can send you the link. Just let us know.
Or we can just do y'all show Friday. That we can do that too.
Yeah.
We only gonna
Well,
be on for about like 30 minutes, so it's up to
yeah.
you. If you want to hop on, you just let me know. I'll send you the link, and if not, we can just do our Friday thing.
So we saw some of the comments after the game about Micah. Something that I heard for the first time was that Jerry told Micah's mom that he wasn't going to trade him, that he would be a
Mhm.
Cowboy. And I just thought about Jerry saying that Michael looked him in the eye, shook his hands, and reneged on the deal. He said, "Go ahead and send it." And
All right.
so, and I would wait for B Bird to come on too, but this we're not gonna belabor it. The game is over. Green Bay. We done. The game is over. We're gonna move on to the next episode. But I still think personally that the way Jerry handled this is one of the worst things he's did as an owner. It's right up there to me with keeping Jimmy out of the Ring of Honor for 25 years. It's just not a. It's not something that it just doesn't fit right with a lot of people. And the way he handled the Jimmy Johnson thing, the way he handled his Michael thing is right up there. So it's just a commentary on Jerry. And at the end of the day, we're Cowboy fans. We believe in the star. We got the blue and silver blood. It's not a Jerry thing. And then for my generation, it's definitely not because we've had the Super Bowls and NFC Championship games now. For your generation, it's a little tougher, but this trade did not put us closer to a Super Bowl. It just doesn't. It just did not. We have the worst defense in the league. And, the way Dak played last night, I think Dak right now is playing better than Romo did in his prime.
I
That's
got something to say about that too, and I got something to say about Jerry too. So let me know when I can jump in.
so for Dak to be playing the way that he's playing, all you needed to do was just add a couple of pieces And we showed last night we can compete with all of these teams. We saw Baltimore and Kansas City on Sunday. They not, they're not super teams. There isn't one. So all you needed to do was just add to your team, and you right in it. But what you did is you took a step back. Is what happened. And Rachel Nichols, she covered the NBA. I saw something that she did over the weekend, and she's really good at what she does. She does her homework. And she said that if Jerry had signed CD, Micah, and Dak early, they would be under the cap and they would have saved $90 million. Now that's a pretty crazy commentary on what they've done. So, I'm gonna get B Bird's thoughts on it too. But Jeff Kavanaugh, uh, Clarence Hill, Mike Fisher, they're like the legacy media guys. They all three just said just how disappointed they are with Jerry with this deal, the way he handled it. They kind of know the inside on what's happening here. They're front center, and then you got some content creators like Jay Tuck and DMV. Shout out to him. He just said he's just not a Cowboy fan anymore. This the way that Jerry did this, just it was a wrap for him. So that being the case, it is what it is. We'll just see, what happens if we see him again later in the year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's going to be a 2 or 3 year thing to see how this trade pans out. It's happening in real time.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't got to wait to 26, 27, and 28 to see the impact of this trade. It's happening like right now because of Dak. Now, if your quarterback was, just throw it out there, like Justin Fields or, just a random quarterback that you got, then you could say, yeah, we're gonna see how this trade pans out. But your quarterback is Dak, so that's a big deal. So that's just kind of where I am on it. Did you send him the link?
I did. Yeah. So here's my thing. When it comes to Jerry, we just have to understand that he's not a good person. He's just not a morally sound person. You don't want to do the race thing, and you don't want to do that. You don't have to. You just got to understand that this guy is just not a good dude, man. He's not a good person. And so you have to kind of have to expect that. Okay, hold on, B Bird joined. So you kind of got to expect that he's not gonna do good things. You know what I'm saying? I got you mute B Bird until you. Oh, he jumped off. He gonna come back on. Okay, so you just gotta expect that he's not gonna do right by the players, and he's not gonna do good things. I got you on, B Bird. We can't see you. Your camera not on. But anyways, like, yeah, Jerry is just not a good dude, man. And the way he handled the Micah situation is kind of everybody people kind of expected him to handle it like that.
Hey, hold on. Let's see if we can get B Bird going before you do your. Is he in the back in the show?
No, he dropped back off. He's trying to get it situated. But yeah, this dude Jerry is just not.
Then I was gonna tell you too. If we still going and you need to drop off, you can just drop off and you can end the show. But we'll just see how it goes. But yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, yeah, Jerry just not a good dude, and he doesn't handle things. A lot of people like to say he's a good businessman. We really haven't seen him be a good businessman when it comes to the Cowboys. He might be a good businessman when it comes to other things, but as far as I'm concerned, he's not a good businessman. He doesn't do anything that's helped put this team over the edge, over the hump. Micah said something. A lot of things important. Micah said that, like you said, you learned that he told his parents that he wasn't being traded, which he did. And then Micah also said that, you called me to
when you drafted me, you called me personally to put on the show, really. You know what I mean? But when it was time to trade me, you didn't. You couldn't pick up the phone. I had to learn from my agent. Okay, there we go.
You got him.
How you doing, B Bird?
All right, can y'all hear me?
You can.
Yeah,
You good.
Okay, how y'all doing today, man?
You
pretty
doing
good.
good, man. Doing
Yeah, I
good.
just
Can't
saw y'all
complain.
getting on, man, and so my guys on, man. So I
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah,
expecting
yeah.
y'all to even drop me a link, man. I appreciate it though.
Oh no,
Yeah,
man.
we was talking about reaching out earlier. I say, but it's a Monday night. You know, for OGs, Mondays ain't a easy night. So,
Yeah,
but
nah, I'm good, man. I'm good. I was
okay.
sitting down talking to my wife, and she said, "You gonna get on?" I said, "Yeah, they sent me a link, so I'm gonna go and get on." So we good to go,
and
man.
and we are doing our post game show on regular Sundays, but it seems like all of these games started out they have like weird times like Thursday night and Sunday night.
Yeah, I
But
think the next one gonna be 12 though.
yeah, so that's gonna work. Then you
Yeah,
got the church part staying
no,
in.
I'll be good. I'll be good. We get out of church regular time next week, next
We
Sunday.
do as well. We get out at 11:30, like
Yeah.
probably around 11. But so I did a little
Jules, how you doing,
commentary
man?
on
I'm doing good. And
you doing good.
I just sent my dad the link too. He didn't even know he was doing the show. I just created the show and just sent it to
Yeah,
him and said, "Hey, we on at 6:45 or whatever." He didn't even know we was getting on either, so it's all good.
yeah. So I did a
So what
little
y'all?
commentary on the game on Micah trade. Did you hear that?
I did hear it. Yeah.
So Jules is doing his spiel on it, and then we'll let you chime in. But I think, like I said, I heard some new things today, and I really wasn't trying to follow all of the ins and outs with the trade, just kind of staying out, out of it. But when I heard that Jerry told Michael's mom that he wasn't going to trade him, that was kind of like another, it was like, come
Yeah.
on now, I got to comment on this. But Jules, you was adding some other commentary about the phone call.
Yeah, he told him that he told his parents that he wasn't gonna trade him, and then his parents turned around and bought the suite. So then we can you know what I'm trying to say, B Bird on that, and then
The phone
Micah,
call.
the phone call, Micah said that his parent, I mean that Jerry couldn't even call him and like a man and tell him that he was being traded. It just shows a total lack of respect. And then Jerry has been saying, oh, it wasn't personal and it wasn't personal. I always fall back on this. This guy's not a good guy. So when someone has the kind of character like that, you can expect for them to flat out lie to you. It's not something to question what someone is saying if it's truth or not. So when he says it wasn't personal, that's just totally, to me, that's just totally not true. Now with the Micah, to me, like I told my dad last night, Micah, you can say what you want. Micah is still hurt by the trade. He doesn't even seem like the same person anymore. He doesn't, in all of his, I've been watching his YouTube videos, I've been watching his podcast, I've been watching Micah. I'm a fan of Micah. He hasn't been the same person. Last night, the media was trying their hardest this whole week to get him to go against the Cowboys. He just wouldn't do it. He just didn't have it in his heart. He just could not do it. He was saying things like last night at the post press conference. You would have thought that he was playing for the Cowboys the way he was talking. He was talking
Yeah.
about how good Dak looked and how hard it was going to be to go against CD. He didn't want to do it. I mean, Micah, class
Give
act.
me a couple of sheets
No,
of
he's
paper.
just a class act. He was saying yesterday that Dak is playing like one of the best, that he's ever played. And back to my point, like my dad was saying, man, Dak is playing at an all pro level right now. Probably, I think he's playing the best I've ever seen him play, honestly. And then, you know, I'm kind of proud of Shoddy, the way that Shoddy hired Clayton Adams and Connor Riley. And then, like 2023, I had this feeling like when they started winning, I would be watching the games and I would just be like, just shocked. Like I would literally be shocked. Like, is this what we got? Is this really happening? How the team would just do it, the offense was just flying through defenses. And I got that feeling last night. Like the only way we're gonna win this game is if Dak turn around and go right down the field and score. Every time I felt like that, he went right down the field and scored. Until that last play, where he could have floated the ball over, but Micah did what Micah does.
Yeah.
Micah did what Micah does. And then so it's just like, you mean to tell me that this whole trade basically came down to two players at the end of this game. This game yesterday was really about Micah and Dak to me. It's just like, neither one of our defenses could stop anybody, but that's really much all I got to say. But I wanted to show y'all this right here real quick, and then I'm gonna just let y'all talk. I'm gonna let B-Bird, you can give your spiel, but I wanted to show y'all this real quick. This is I'm a stat guy. So this is the stat right here. And it says that the NFL team total offense stats, Dallas is number 1.
Yeah.
All right. And then when you go to NFL, and then Green Bay is like number, let me see, 3.
Like about 10.
Yeah, they number 10. And then on defense, team total defense, we're dead last.
Yeah.
Okay. And Green Bay is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. And then on turnovers, we are toward the bottom down here, and Green Bay is they in the middle. So we got the number 1 offense and the last defense. And that just goes to show you that, what this trade has done and produced so far. If we have the number 1 offense and the last defense, I think that Jerry and Steven hired Eberflus, and I think that's showing right now.
So I do want to I want to talk about a couple of things here. So you got Shoddy calling good plays, right? Our offense coordinator is the one with this blocking scheme that got the running game going, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Our biggest hires, the hires that we needed, that we made, that we were really excited about, were the offensive hire, getting the offensive line coach and the offense coordinator. So that's where we put our resources at on the offense, right? Correct. On the defense, we didn't do that, right? So the Cowboys when the last time we had a great defense? I mean, that's a rhetorical question. We haven't had it. So let me ask you another question. Name the first rounder we got on defense.
Mozzie Smith. Oh, you name all of them?
Yeah.
So I think Mozzie, Hooker. I have to think about it.
Mozzie, Hooker, Trayvon is the 2nd round pick. Bland.
So and these and Hooker's, Mozzie is an underperformer, and not we giving up on him. And Hooker is not performing at all. He's 10 years in the league, right?
Yeah, and we didn't draft Hooker.
We didn't draft him, but he's the number 1. I give you credit for that, though.
But we don't have it. We don't have any first rounders on defense.
So look what we got. CeeDee Lamb, number 1. Who we got?
Tyler Smith,
Tyler Guyton, and Booker.
Mm-hmm.
And Pickens is number 1.
Pickens.
We got 5 number 1. The resources are put on offense, so the offense is going to be outperforming defense.
That's crazy.
If you have the same amount of coaching on both sides, the offense still better. They got.
I've never looked at that. I've never looked at that like that.
They got better assets over there. That's where they put their money at. Let me tell you why. Okay, if you're selling a product, would you want the product to be a 13-10 game or a 37-35 game? Losing. You're going to lose on both of them. But you were selling entertainment.
37-35.
That's what we got. That's why everything is put towards the offense. The biggest contracts on the offense. But we look at the defense. I told somebody the other day, and I may have told y'all this too. We only have 2 positions. I can argue that on defense, I can start for Philadelphia. Only 2.
Kenny Clark.
Could be Bland, and I'll take Bland away, but it'll be Clark, and we just got him.
Yep.
So we don't have talent on defense either, man. So we don't have good coaching. We didn't care to put good coaching on defense, and we didn't care to put good talent on defense. So I want to back up a little bit and go back to Michael Parsons. Jerry said it wasn't personal. It's always personal with Jerry. Yep. What do alpha males try to tell you? Oh, what's an alpha male thing to do? It ain't personal, it's business. Dude, it was personal with Dak Prescott when you went and got Trey. You got no feelings. He's gotten into his feelings a lot of times on these contracts, but people let him slide with it. He got into his feelings on Michael Parsons. Dude, this was nothing but emotions. It made no sense to do this. And so it was all emotions. That's why nobody trades the top 3 defenses right before the season starts. Makes no sense. It's because you got sick and tired of it and wanted to show him. Now, he said he didn't call him. Reason why he didn't call him, because he's upset at him. Emotions. He was upset at him. Also, he wanted to show him a little bit of disrespect, right? On the way out. Because he showed him disrespect, but he also showed the agent disrespect. He disrespected him the whole time.
He's been disrespecting him ever since the trade.
All they did, man, was hey, we're sitting here. We played good for 4 years. Hey, we want what the market gives us. You come early, we'll take a little bit less. We just want to be the highest paid. That's all they did. And Jerry tried to circumvent that with something that never happens and go do that. And so really, man, I'm actually kind of moving on from that. I think last night gave me closure. I didn't think it would, but it kind of gave me closure. They said Micah, with the pressures or whatever, had a great game. I didn't see a great game out of him, to be totally honest with you. It's a oh-ho-hum game or whatever. But so I'm good with it, man. I just see what I see right now, man, is an offense that can compete. Let me explain to you what I'm saying. Okay, so how's this offense different than 2023? 2 things I think you got to have this team. 2 things you got to have in the playoffs when you're going to Philadelphia, when you're going to Green Bay in January, and you're going to Washington in January. You can't throw the ball 40 times. You got to be able to run the ball and stop the run. 2 things that the Cowboys do well. So I don't care how we get there. As long as when we get there, we can do that. So we can throw the ball around to get there. But as long as we can get there, we can do those 2 things, we can compete, man. Tell you what, if we can go in there and stop the run in Philadelphia, we can beat them up there. If we can stop the run like we're doing now, we could beat them in Philadelphia. But this is what I would tell you. That's why I call a Law show today. I say, Law, we need to hope for Max Craw, the Raiders and the Bengals and the Saints and some of these other teams to keep losing. Because we're going to see what these Joneses are about. Because we got an offense that can win the Super Bowl. I'm telling you, I know we got it. Dak is on. And if we can get Max Crosby from there, because we still need an edge. If we get the edge we get an edge that's one of these dudes that can give us pressures and sacks, that's going to make that backside look better too, man. They're going to make them safeties look better, going to make them corners look better. The quarterbacks in their mind going to be like, I ain't got all day. Hey, here come Trey. Here come Max. Hey, I got the ball out. His hand hit my arm. That's going to start getting into their heads. That's the Michael Parsons factor. But you could get Max Crosby already checked. He signed through 2027. His contract is already due. He's $30-something million. That's what you wanted to pay anyway. He's still a young guy. Go get him, man. You might not even have to give up a first-round draft pick to get him. You might better give him a second. Yeah. So, so you might better give him a second or something like that and still keep your first-round draft picks. But if you don't put in with this offense and how Dak Prescott playing right now, man, you ain't never going to go all in. If you want to keep those drafts to try to get, we just want to get cheap labor, dude, you ain't going to never go in because this is the time. You got salary cap room. You got everything that you need to get one of these guys in, man. And so that's what needs to happen, man, because I think it doesn't take 2 things, I think. If you get one of those guys and you get a safety that knows what he's doing back there with some athletic ability, man, you cooking with some gas in, man. Yeah. I think this team can be turned around with a few moves, man. Maybe a linebacker. It can be done. And you can still come out of this thing with 4, maybe 3 first-round draft picks in the years. So you can still build for now and build for later. Mind you, your window is your quarterback.
Yep.
Like your window is your quarterback. So I heard somebody talking about, yeah, man, we got our future is bright. Forget the future. They've been selling us the future for 30 years, man. Forget the future. When have they sold us now? They haven't done it. And so it is time now, man, for them to go all in, go get one of these dudes, man, because think about this. If I'm the Bengals, why do I want to keep Trey Henderson, my quarterback, out for the year? And I know I ain't going nowhere.
No. And you
He ain't
only
finna
put and you only gave him a 1-year contract anyway.
That's why I want Crosby anyway, because Crosby signed to 2027. So I go get Crosby, man, because Crosby 27 years old, 28 years old, man. That's young for a DE, man. That dude can play 4 more years. So, and I saw him make a play this weekend. I was like, that's Max Crosby. He's a player, man. If they ain't going nowhere, they might as well go and let the dude go. I mean, if I'm Oakland, LA Raiders, I'm saying, man, hey, he's our player, but we ain't gonna win them for the next 3 years. So ain't no sense of keeping this guy here. Let's get some value up for him right now. And the Cowboys got to be aggressive on it because other people gonna think the same thing too. So I mean, man, right now is the time. And let me, if y'all want to tell y'all something too, what I told y'all today. The reason why we were successful yesterday is because what we did this offseason is something that we rarely do. We went to our wide receiver room and stocked it from the top down. We got a guy named for Pickens, and we didn't go get a 6 wide receiver and bring him in. We went and got a number 2 and pushed everybody else down.
Yep.
So what happens in that situation, think about this last year. CD goes down last year. We got a bunch of no-name dudes. CD goes down this year. We still got a number 1, and the other guys can fill in. You see what I'm saying? That's why that's why you go to the defensive end room. We just got Jags in there right now. But if we go in and put a Matt Crosby in, now everybody else looks good, right? Now he's affecting the line of scrimmage. Now some of these guys that got sacks when Michael was here could start getting sacks again because they worried about that other side. And so I think we got something here, man. This defense can improve, I think, instantly. Now it wouldn't. You would get a Crosby in, you would get a safety in, you would get maybe a linebacker in, and take them about 3 weeks. But man, this is the right time in our schedule. We got the Jets coming up, man. I think we got Carolina coming up, and I can't remember who we got coming up. This is a great time to go and get those guys, man, get them acclimated and still win some games, and then be ready to go, man. I think we got a great opportunity, but it all depends on what the Joneses want to do. If they trying to win, man, really trying to win, they gonna make some acquisitions and let those. We might better give up a 3rd round, a 4th round pick for Crosby, right? Because all you got to tell them, hey, we got to take on his salary. You know, we ain't just getting a talent. We got to take the salary cap hit. You know what I'm saying? So we taking all that. We ain't going to give you no first and take a salary cap hit. You know, so I just want to throw all those things out. Those things are in my mind today. That's why I want to get on, man, and talk to you guys because I think it's an exciting time, man. That tie last night, it was so promising to me. And I know I just like the way the offense played. I say, man, that is a Super Bowl offense. We ran the ball like we wanted to. We threw the ball. I've seen times where we can score 50 throwing it all over the place. That ain't January offense, right? Yeah. That's August and September offense, a little bit October offense. But man, we ran the ball like we wanted to. But better than that, when have we stopped the ball consistently like we've been doing now? It's running up the middle.
It's been
we've done that. And so we doing it this year, man. And I'm like, man, it's hard running on us. Hey, man, Saquon Barkley didn't run on us. You know what I'm saying? So, man, I think it's a great time right now to say, hey, they got some people out there. And what they've done, man, I love this. I'm sorry, man, I'm going on, but I got a lot.
No, you're good. You're good.
I love this, man, that they move. Joe, you remember a time, and you do too, man, where the trade was non-existent in the NFL because the trade deadline was thrown off and all that kind of stuff. Man, they trade in the NFL right now.
Yeah.
They trade people, man. So it ain't nothing to go and trade. You know what I'm saying? To trade a draft pick to get somebody, especially these teams 0-4. Ain't nobody. Yeah. You barely be 0-2 and make the playoffs. So you 0-4, you know you ain't making the playoff. And you look at your team, you say, we suck at quarterback, we suck at offense. No, give me some picks. Go and take this guy and get the salary cap off my. You doing me a favor, getting the salary cap off my plate. And now, man, take him, give us a draft pick, we good.
Yeah.
So I do want to. So we're going to call this show Showed Up and Showed Out, No Call, No Show. So we'll start with the offense, B-Bird and Jules. So what I'm really impressed with is this offensive line. So you spoke about it. Clayton Adams and Connor Riley, they went and hired 2 coaches. They innovative, they're young, and you can just see it. It just jumps off the screen, the way our line is playing. And not only that, I'm really impressed with Bass and Hoffman. Every time you ask them to play, they play good. Now, you don't want them playing 16 games, but whenever they have to play, Bass and Hoffman, they play well. And then, Guyton and Steele, They were good last night. You know, Guyton had some issues. He had to go out of the game.
Did I
But
see? Did I see Nate Thomas play left tackle and right tackle
Yeah,
yesterday?
that's what happened. That's what I
yeah,
was going to mention him. This
yeah.
guy right here, he's a baller. He played left and right, and there was a couple of plays where he stonewalled Micah.
He
Yeah.
picked Micah up on one play.
Yeah.
Because Guyton went out with a concussion, man.
Yeah.
So Nate Thomas, look, he is impressive. So for the first time in years, we got the offensive line coach, we got the coordinator, and then give Shotty his credit. I mean,
Dude,
offensively,
some of them
he's
plays yesterday,
yeah.
I was just looking at. I reran the tape last night. Some of them plays I was looking at. I was just like, bro, the defense. It was nothing they could do on that play. I was like, it was nothing they could do. I said that several times. And then on that one play when Dak went out and lined up as a receiver and
the Wildcat.
the Wildcat, and he got the ball. I was just like, bro, the way that the offensive line executed that, I was like, bro, no.
And that's a good defense. That's a good defense.
That's
Yeah.
why I put that set up there. I was like, bro, no defense would have been able to stop it.
But Pickens, I mean, just amazing game. Tolbert played good. Turpin, I just continue to be impressed by Turpin. So B-Bird, we can actually get better on offense. Just think about how we gonna look when CD comes back.
Well, let me tell you this.
Blue get to play.
Let me tell you this, man. One of the things I told Law this day, I think I told y'all this too. I said I was excited. The only thing I was excited about CD Lamb being out is because it's going to force Dak and Pickens to make a connection.
Yep.
Because when Dak has his choice, he's going to go with CD. But what's going to happen is over these next 3 or 4 games, he's going to establish a connection with Pickens. And then when he come back, he's going to establish, he'll already have the CD connection established. And you know what it's going to be like? Now I can punch you with my left and punch you with my right, and you don't know which one coming.
And
you know
Turpin too. He's gonna develop a more little, Turpin gonna slide into that second.
All this is gonna happen. It's gonna be all for the good, man. I'm telling you. So one thing I was gonna tell you about my room theory, right? Mm-hmm. So remember before we drafted Booker, we were talking about Hoffman being.
You covered up your mic whenever you just moved.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. So one of the things that we talked, remember Hoffman, before we got Booker, we was talking about, Hoffman could be a starter because he started for some last year. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but if Hoffman's starting, who's backing him up? So if Hoffman is a 6 starter, right?
Yeah.
Like a rated 6, like out of 10. His backup is rated like a 4. If Hoffman goes out, then he got a 4 coming in for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when Booker or BB go off, you see what I'm saying? Now we got a Hoffman coming in because we stacked the top of the room, not the bottom of the room.
Yeah.
Correct.
You see what I'm saying? We didn't say we can get by with Hoffman. No, we're going to draft Booker. You know what I'm saying? An elite guy. And then Hoffman is good. So our line don't fall that much. But you can't keep selling just for we could get by with guy. We got to get some players in here, man. So that's why I believe in you go look at your locker room and you say, where can we get better at? At the top. Man, you think Philadelphia goes and fill a bottom? When they got A.J. Brown, they said, oh, we got Devontae Smith, man. We just go find somebody to compliment him. Mm-hmm. No, how about we find somebody better than him and make him a number 2?
Yeah.
That's how you got to do it. The Cowboys have been they've been hesitant to do that, man. So anytime they've done it well. When they went and got Pickens, it's working out well. That's why, man, I was telling my son last night, I said, man, if I was in the pros, if I was a GM, I would have 4 starters at cornerback. He said, my son said, well, why do you have 4? You don't need but 3. I said, yeah, but one of them always get hurt. I said, I'd have a dude that has started before, like a Gilmore. Like a few years ago, we got Gilmore. If you get that many guys, somebody get hurt, you don't lose a bit. You can let that guy go. You can let that guy rest for 2-3 games when you would rush him back 1. Fill the top of your room. Stop worried about the bottom of the 7 and 8 cornerback. Them 7 and 8 cornerback is not going to make a difference in your playoffs. The top will. Pushing people down will, man.
So I want to ask Al. I'm
big on that, man. Getting people at the top, man, top type talent, and pushing everybody else down, man.
So I want to ask you guys about that play on the goal line, the one that Micah tackled Dak from behind. I told Jules, I think Dak should have just threw that ball to Pickens on the sideline. I think he catches it. So Pickens came out of the route kind of awkward. But if Dak just throws that ball, he had a similar play against the Giants where he went inside and then broke back out toward the pylon. I think if Dak throws that ball, I think Pickens has a good shot at catching it. But Dak, and then Dak said after the game last night that he believed that he wouldn't score. So I think if he had thrown that pass, I think Pickens would have had a good shot at it because the defender was behind him on the side of him. So did y'all see that play the same way, or that you think Dak should have ran it?
Well, go on, Jules. I've been talking enough. Go on, you go.
I think I agree with you that Dak should have threw it, but I just disagree. We just have a difference on how Dak should have thrown it. And you was thinking that Dak should have threw it like how he did in that other game, to where like on the back shoulder, kind of low at the pylon.
I was saying he should have thrown it kind of high.
Oh yeah, that's what I say. I think if he would have just lofted up there, that would have been a touchdown, and that would have
Pickens. If Pickens catches it or it goes out of bounds. That's what I was looking at.
Yeah. No, if Dak would have let that ball go, it would have been a touchdown. I got the play. I can pull it up right here. I'll show you.
And you're the stat guy, so where is Javonte Williams in terms of overall rushing yards? Because he gotta be up there. He's really, you called this. You was impressed with him. I wasn't, but he's playing well. And you had him in your fantasy league a couple of years ago. I had never heard of that guy.
And I like Javonte because he had that injury, but then if you look at it, it takes a running back a couple of seasons, man, to come back from injury. I thought we were catching him at a real good time, man. And so, and he's 25 years old, man. We start making these guys seem old. 25 is 25, man.
Yeah, you might have to instead of you talking about signing Pickens, you probably gonna have to sign Javonte.
But it won't be that much, right?
Yeah.
It's still running back money.
Yeah. It's still, but yeah, man. So the offense, they were impressive, and so I think defensively we can switch to the defensive side. So here's where the issues come up. You got the stat there?
Yeah, I want to tell you real quick. Javonte is 5th. Jonathan Taylor's first.
Who's ahead of him?
Jonathan Taylor, James Cook, Travis Etienne, Bijan, and then Javonte.
So B-Bird, to your point, the Dolphins are playing right now. If they lose tonight, one of the players I'm trying to get is Achane.
I love Achane.
Or they linebacker that they got. They got a middle linebacker. Because last night I Googled who are the trade block linebackers and trade block safeties. And I got a list, and this dude on the Miami, he constantly came up, linebacker, and another dude.
What's his name?
I have to Google it again, but he came up, and then
Miami's trading people.
They are.
Yeah.
And then I was thinking about. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was telling my dad it's like it kind of goes to what you were saying about how you would have 4 starting corners. It's this Jeffrey Simmons guy from that's like he's like one of the best defensive tackles.
Tennessee.
Yes.
Tennessee, yeah.
Yeah, he like got into it with Cam, Ward at the beginning. They finna trade him, and so I would definitely try to look at that because he's one of the best rushing. He is the best rushing defensive tackle that they have. He gets 5 sacks every year. But like what you were saying, man, how do you get? I want to comment on that while I have it on my head. Just like you said, how do you get better by doing a little bit? Make you get better a lot. Like how, for instance, like how you said with George Pickens, you made one trade, but that makes everybody else in the locker room better. This is like if you get a defensive lineman that can rush the pass, if you get an edge rusher, that's gonna make the corners look way better. That's
Absolutely.
gonna make the safety linebacker look way better because I'm just thinking, there's so many plays last year and the year before, and just think about the plays with think about the plays with like Trayvon and Bland, how they were intercepting all of those plays. They wouldn't have happened if we didn't have Micah. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
The quarterback is just rush. It's just like yesterday when Trayvon got that pick that got overturned. The reason why Jordan Love threw that pick is because pressure was on him right there. His hand almost got hit. So it's just like if you get Trey Hendrickson, or if you get an edge rusher like Max Crosby in here, your defense is gonna go from 32nd to 20 something. And in
about 3 weeks.
Yes, and that's good enough to win.
So let's talk about the defense. So on the defense side of the ball, we got to talk about some guys, and so I think we can all agree that Sanborn needs to come off the field.
He needs to be
Uh,
cut.
I'm not really sure what you're gonna do there. Now, Shamar James, B Bird, I wanted to get your thoughts on this. This is what I would do, and I'm always saying to myself,
Here's
what would Jimmy do? What would
I
Jimmy
want to cut
Johnson?
you off.
That's the play.
Yeah, I want to cut you
Uh,
off, but keep it trying to thought. But watch this though. But watch Dak. See Dak, right?
we can see
Right.
Micah.
See if Dak right here. You see, y'all can see it, right?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, so if Dak, while he's falling right here, if he just launches that ball over here, see, this guy is looking this way. He's grabbing.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
If he throws that ball over here, that's a touchdown.
Well, I'm gonna push back on that. So my thought on the play is I wanted him to throw it outside before he even Pickens right now where you're showing him, he's going
Just
back.
launch it right here. You just throw it right now.
It's possible. It's kind of dangerous to me. I was talking about throwing it to him earlier when he was going to the left, but let's look at the defense like real quick.
Mhm.
So Sanborn, here's what I would do, B Bird. I'm gonna just take a page out of Jimmy Johnson's playbook, old school. What Jimmy would do, he's gonna always defer to the younger guy. Jimmy would tell Sanborn, you're just not, he did this with Jack Del Rio. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember Jack Del Rio. Mm-hmm.
So he was just slow. He didn't fit with what Jimmy was trying to do. So what Jimmy would do, he would just say, "We drafted Shamar. Is it Shamar James, Jules? Number 50.
Fifth round pick.
So we drafted him. I'm gonna tell my coaches until we make a trade, B Bird. I want this kid on the field. So my linebackers are going to be Shamar James, Murray, and Leofow. Now Leofow had some mental mistakes last night. But what's going to happen with these linebackers in this defense? They're going to hit the wrong gaps. That's just what happens. But the question I'm asking you guys and other fans is, when they guess right, are they coming? Are they physical? Or are they going to make a tackle? And the three guys that I mentioned, if they can get to the ball carrier, they're going to be physical. They're going to make the tackle. Leofow, sometimes, and Overshawn does this too. He's just so out of control, he'll miss the tackle. But they got to get Sanborn out of there. And then one last thing I want to mention before I forget. Marquise Bell, I didn't like the idea of him playing linebacker when he did. I didn't like it at all. But here's the thing. If you're going to have Sanborn, especially on passing downs and Murray, running down the middle of the field, trying to cover whatever they're covering, just let Bell do it. In passing downs, put Bell on the field instead of one of the linebackers.
Let me ask y'all a question, OGs. Now, you got this Tampa 2 where the linebackers have to be in coverage, specifically the middle linebacker. He has to drop in coverage on every play. So that's the Tampa 2. So my thing is with Sanborn, what I was noticing yesterday is not only is this dude hitting the wrong gaps on every play damn near, going the wrong way on every play damn near, but what he's also doing is he's getting there late, even when he gets right. Like if he gets when he gets the call, when he guesses right, he's still the last person there. And like how like a couple years ago, we would see Micah way over here, and then the ball would be over there, and we'll watch Micah just run past LVE. You know what I'm saying? It'd be like, how did he get past you like that? And then we seen the same thing with Overshawn. Like Overshawn would like bypass everybody on the field and get to the ball carrier. Sanborn has none of that in him at all. So my question
what it's called?
What?
Talent.
Yeah, exactly. It's
called talent, man.
That's what it is. He has none of that. He has none of that. So my question is, y'all, is why can't Bell play that position, the middle linebacker position? Because he's a safety anyway, and he can hit in the box. He comes down and he'll tackle. So why won't he just play that?
But don't get me wrong. I'm not saying play him at linebacker. I'm just talking about in the nickel and the dime.
You just put him on the field. Linebacker.
Yeah, obvious passing down.
Obvious passing down.
No. Yeah.
I'm saying, what would you lose if he was playing that position?
So I think So I'm gonna go back to something. I'm gonna stay on we gotta get somebody on that front four, on that defensive end position to give us just cut the time down a little bit. They got way too much time. Now I don't recall, and Jules, y'all might recall this. I don't recall this Tampa 2 ever really working to perfection unless you had a superstar type middle linebacker that cover in the Sanborn position.
Who was Tampa Bay linebacker when they won the Super Bowl?
Derek
When that
Brooks.
Yeah. Brooks.
Okay, well, yeah, there
he's
you go.
He's a Hall of Famer.
Hall of Famer.
That's when it worked.
They also had a Hall of Fame.
Like the dude from Frisco. You know what I'm saying? Like them kind of dudes, it's the dudes that you need. You just can't just go run this defense with anybody, man. That guy that got to play that position, man. He got to be able to cover. He got to be an athlete, man.
So I will say this, guys, and I still don't like Eberflus. I don't like his scheme. Now, where I will say I would be the trade may work for us, B-Bird. If we can trade up and get Anthony Hill from Texas, he's that linebacker. He would change the defense. He can do it all. Now, again, I still don't like the scheme, but Anthony Hill would be the player that I would trade up for. But yeah, I was just saying, Jules, I wasn't talking about. I don't want Bell playing linebacker. I just want him playing in the middle of the field on obvious passing downs. And if they run the ball, he can come up and tackle too. Yeah.
3rd and 12.
Third and 12.
3rd and 12. Yeah.
Yeah. Second and 11. If you can get him on the field, because the thing is, he can come up and tackle, and he's going to be physical. He's not going to be late. He got enough speed and agility to get there. So you need to just Sanborn. I just cannot watch another game with him at linebacker. And then I want to say this. I thought that Donovan Wilson had a good game last night. I thought Trey played good.
I thought Trey played good too.
This thing with them not starting Trey, what I heard today, that kind of disturbs me. This whole thing with him. What actually happened there?
Let me say that.
Yeah.
And then I want to say something about make a comment about what B-Bird said earlier. Y'all my witnesses. Y'all both my witnesses. I've been saying this since we started this show. I've always said this. When the Cowboys do things that make sense and that's supposed to work, it works. It always works. And when they do things that don't make sense, that don't work, it's the reason for our failure. It always goes like that. Like with Amari Cooper. You think that when you trade for Amari Cooper, that your offense is going to take off. That's what it's supposed to do, right?
Yeah.
That's what happened. When you trade for George Pickens, you would think that, he's going to be the Batman and Robin with CD. If CD go out, George Pickens should get his shine on, right? That's what happens. We looking at like, okay, well, you hire Connor Riley and Clayton Adams and you hire Shoddy, the offensive guys. Our offense should look good, right?
That's right.
That's what happens. Now, when you look at Eberflus and our defensive scheme, we like, we don't have no first round picks on defense, and they hired Eberflus. We got the 32nd defense in the league. So, and then what you were saying about Trayvon, Shoddy made a comment because one of the reporters was asking him about the play when Trayvon jammed what's his name, and then he fell down and they scored a touchdown in the Bears game. And basically they were just flat out saying that wasn't the coverage. Remember how I told you that that Trayvon and them, they was playing man on their own? Because I was showing you that on the film. I was like, these guys is playing man and these guys is playing zone. And he's not supposed to be playing man on this play. I pointed that out to my dad on a couple of plays. I was just like, that's just odd that this defense, that this corner over here is playing man and that corner is playing zone. And it was just, but anyways, that's what happened. Shoddy was just, because Shoddy made a comment and Shoddy said, we can't be doing that. You can't just be out there being solo and doing your own thing. So basically,
here's the only pushback I have, not to cut you off. My thing is this: if we look at our defense and we think that Trayvon Diggs is the only person that's done that, and you're gonna not start him in this game, I'm just questioning that. But I do respect Shoddy for going that route if he did. Now I don't know if you guys noticed this last night, and I'm gonna let you jump in, B-Bird. When Lil Fowl had that personal foul, Shoddy leaned over to the coach that was beside him and said, "Pull him out." So I
love that.
You respect that. I'm just questioning, why you did it with Diggs and it hadn't happened with other players of B-Bird.
Yeah. So back to Lil Fowl, man. I was standing up clapping for that. I do not like dumb situational dumbness. And I don't care how good you are, who you are, we cannot have that at that point in time. You can't even, when you come to the sideline, you come explain that to me what you just did, because you ain't gonna be on the field. We can't have that, man. We cannot be rewarding that with extra plays. And I was like, he got to get out the game. I just want him out. And
I read if you was voice reading
advocate on y'all. He didn't even know that the dude had dropped the ball. He did not know. I watched
disagree with that.
I watched the play several times. He didn't know.
But be that as it may, just lip reading, Shotty said pull him out. And you got to respect that, B-Bird.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I like that. Which tells us that he might have a little bit of control over the team more than I think he does, right?
Yeah.
Oh, he definitely sending a message. He definitely said he ain't played Jaden Blue yet. They sending a message. And then on top of that.
Here's the deal on Jaden Blue. Can I jump on that right quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
So 2024 started the UT season. What string was he on the depth chart?
Third.
Yeah, he was third or fourth.
Yeah. So we got the third best running back of Texas, but we expect him to come in and get substantial playing time in the NFL.
Yeah, I do, because because he played the part, and then also
look, that dude ran a 4.2 something.
Right.
That 4.2, I didn't see that on the field all the time in Texas. Also, too, if he's that good, he should be starting in front of the guys that got hurt before him. Right.
So this is the thing that I like about our show, because we got the generational thing. So me and you, B-Bird, we on the same page with Blue. Jules, different mindset. We both got good points.
Yeah.
I will say this, and Jules knows this. We did 100 mock drafts, and we took Jaden Blue in the 5th or 6th round. Sometimes we didn't take him. We had Travion Henderson from Ohio State. Quinshon Judkins, who's playing well, by the way. But Jules, your point is that you just think he should play because of who we got. He probably would be you just want to see him play, and I understand that.
No, my thing is this, and I get what y'all saying and all of that, and we gonna circle back on this, because in about 2 or 3 weeks, when he get to play next week, and then and he taking 7-yard carries to the house, and when they hitting him out the backfield, and y'all like, oh, ain't nobody catching him, and then he got, we gonna circle back and we gonna
come on and give you credit.
Jules, if he do that, I'm gonna take all the credit for it.
Okay, see what I'm saying, and see, that's what's gonna happen.
I told you he was good.
Yeah, right, that's an OG move right there.
Because my thing is this right here. It's kind of like, it's just like, this always takes me back to like I don't know, my high school football days and even Little League. Some guys, they just are fast. There's nothing you can do about it. Like, what I mean? It's just like, like for instance, if I can get through this hole and I can get 10 yards, well, this guy is twice my speed. So if he gets through this hole, it's a good chance that it might be 30 or 40. For instance, that play where Miles Sanders got caught from behind. If that's Jaden Blue, that's a touchdown.
That's touchdown. Absolutely. I definitely. Let me say this too, man. Let me back up. Let me clarify myself on Blue. Do I want him on the team? Yes, because I don't like Sanders. I want him up there instead of Sanders. He brings an element that we do not have in the backfield, and that's if we're at our own 20 and you miss the tackle, he's going 80 yards on it. We have nobody to do that. You know what I'm saying? So yes, I do want him on there. But this is what I'm trying to say. I think that the Cowboy fans we drafted in the 5th round got to realize that, hey, this guy he's a 5th round draft pick. So I don't want to put too much on his back right now for him to have to come out here and some people want him as our starter. And I was like, chill on that, man. We got to wait and let this kid develop a little bit. But does that mean I want him inactive? No, I want him on the team. Give us about 7 or 8 carries and see if he can break one of these things, man. Passes out the backfield. See if he can get 15 yards out of a 2-yard play. So I want to clarify myself on that because it sounded like I was being negative towards him. I just want people to kind of temper their expectations of him, right? Because too many people saying he's going to be Dorset. Hey, come on, man.
Yeah, I don't know about all that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But I want to throw something in right quick too. You know my favorite player in the whole draft? Quint Judkins.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
my
I
boy.
loved him.
My
I was
boy.
like, man, I want the Cowboys. And when the Browns got him in the second round, man, I was sick. I wanted to turn the TV off, man. I was like, God, he got my guy, man.
Yeah.
And I did turn it off for a while. I was like, man, I don't even want to see nothing no more. Because I
Now
could see him being our number one running back. And the kid ain't even really have no offseason or training camp. And coming in, he balling, man, for a bad team. But
Now
that's
what?
just my little thing.
Now
Man.
what's the other? What's his running back mate doing?
Trayvon Henderson. I don't. He's playing for New England. He returned a kick for a
Yeah,
touchdown,
he
but
was
I
trying to
haven't
kick a
seen
couple of weeks
anything else.
ago. Yeah.
Yeah, so I hadn't actually seen him, but we had several backs rated over blue, and so Jules, let's acknowledge the people in the chat. You got Ty Church,
Yeah.
and some other folks. Appreciate you guys joining, like and subscribe. Let's put B Bird's link in there so people can go over to his channel and like and subscribe there. I think we just made it to 250 subscribers. So
Cool, man.
appreciate everybody on that. So we want to help B Bird grow his channel. What I like about our channels, B Bird, so there's a lot of ways you can come in and just kind of just do things and get subscribers. But the way we doing is like the old fashioned way. So I kind of respect what we're doing, trying to build our audience. That thing we did on Friday night was really good content.
Yeah.
And I think we're gonna try to add Coach Marv in there. He
Bring
Coach
him
Marv
on,
was
man.
Coach Marv was at the game, so I really want to get his thoughts
Man.
on the game.
I'm gonna tell y'all right now, if y'all add Coach Marv to y'all thing, and it's you, B-Bird, Coach Marv, and Big Time, y'all gonna take over.
Yeah, it's something different. But let's go back to the defense real quick. This defense, it's the linebackers,
Jesus,
the corners.
I got something right now. I was gonna wait for y'all to get back to it. I'm
so
gonna show y'all.
I thought Bland played well. Trayvon actually played well. Diggs played well.
Yeah, he played good to me. Yeah.
And then Donovan Wilson, probably his best game. And then I want to talk about Clowney. I thought Clowney showed up. What are you showing?
I want y'all to look at. Our guy.
Sanborn?
Please look at him.
Yeah.
Let's check him out real quick. This is what I was talking about. Now, it's clear right here that that this running back has the ball. This is your guy, dude. This is what you're paid to play in the NFL. Let's watch what he does. What are we doing here?
I don't know, man. That was bad.
And he has several. He has several plays like that. So here's a question for you guys.
God, that's bad.
We talking about Shotty. Does Shotty have the authority to go into the defensive coaching meeting this week and tell Eberflus, this is not working? We're gonna just go with James. We're going with Murray. We're going with Leofow. Now, Leofow is not your guy. Leofow's a Zimmer guy. Now, Leofow's arrow was pointing up last year, B-Bird, the whole year. So how does he come into this year? He's behind this guy. So if I'm Shotty, I want to see Sunday in New York. If Sanborn is on the field, then we still got a little ways to go with Shotty as far as like really, calling his own shots. That's gonna be your landmark on Sunday.
I didn't have to go far, y'all. All I had to do was go to the next play.
No.
All I had to do was go to the next play. All I had to do was go to the next play. Let's watch Jack Sanborn on this play. That's all I had to do was go to the next play. What is going on, man? It's just like, what is going on, man?
So he playing a little bit of containment, I guess, but he's just not fast enough. Now, like I said,
he's just not athletic enough, man.
So Shamar James, he's a rookie. Now, Murray, honestly, you see some of that with Murray, but you see better plays from Murray. And then Leofow, the thing with Leofow is he's faster. He's gonna give you great effort. Is he gonna just guess wrong? Absolutely, he will. He's gonna come in there and just blow the tackle. Overshawn does that. Overshawn will just come in like going 100 miles an hour and just miss the tackle.
Yeah.
That's gonna happen. But the thing about it is you just gotta be fast enough. And I'm always gonna go back to this. I'm gonna say it every show, B-Bird. I'm gonna say WWJD. What would Jimmy Johnson do? Jimmy would say, I want the younger, faster guy on the field.
Yeah.
And he'll tell the coaches, I just want to see this guy play. I don't want to hear no excuses. That's what he would do. He would just tell them, I want Shamar James on the field until we trade with somebody. Your linebackers are Shamar James, Leofow, and Murray. That's just it.
So so a little bit of history. When Jimmy came to Dallas, his thought process, all defenses were big at the time. So his thought process was, I'm going to get fast guys, man. I'm going to give away a little bit of the size for speed.
Mhm.
And so they asked him a question. I think it's like, man, y'all used to beat Oklahoma and how y'all used to beat those guys in Nebraska? How y'all beat those guys? Those big old guys. And he said, if big can't touch fast, then what good is big?
Right.
Like if you are 385 and I'm 225, but you can't touch me, then what's your so Sanborn, he's not athletic enough to touch these guys, right?
Yeah.
And so I don't care what size you are, whatever, you got to be able to hang with the guys, man.
He's Jack
You're
Del
not
Rio.
fast enough to do your job. But let me say this too. What was he at Chicago?
He was a
Was he a
backup.
starter?
He's a backup.
Special teams and a backup. You brought the guy here to be a starter. He's never been a starter before. Remember, what you're doing is you're taking the cheap route.
Yep.
Instead of going to get a bona fide player in that position, you took the cheap route. And you getting what you paid for, basically. That's what it is, man.
Well, you're doing two things that are a problem. You going a cheap route and you playing politics. Those two things together, you're asking for trouble.
Yeah.
So B-Bird, let's do an OG story, and then Jules, I know we got to drop off. Check this out. Talk about, it was Derek Smith, the linebacker from Miami. So they brought him in as a rookie. Jimmy drafted him. He was a second rounder. Derek Smith was good enough as a rookie. So they benched the starting linebacker, Robert Jones. They moved Ken Norton, the middle linebacker, and they played Derek Smith because of what you just said.
Yeah.
You could not run wide on Dallas.
That's
you just
right.
couldn't, because he was so fast. And in the very first game he played, I was at the game. They played, believe it or not, Green Bay. So Derek Smith's first start with Dallas, which was probably about the fourth or fifth game his rookie year, was against Green Bay. And you couldn't run wide on Dallas. You just couldn't, because of that speed. So what you saw in that footage he showed, what they got to do immediately is just get faster linebackers on the field.
And so you say that, and then you wonder why the defense looks shabby. Like you don't have the speed out there to cover some of these guys, man.
You don't.
So and then you say, what WWJD? What would Jimmy do? Jimmy would put the fastest dude out there. Just, hey, we got to figure this thing out. Let him learn.
Yeah, and that's Leo Five. That's Leo Five. Lamar James. They are the fastest linebackers you have, and then Murray, you just put him in the middle and you just live with it.
That's right.
So Jules, I know we got to wrap. You got to go do some stuff, but so we'll go ahead and close it out with that, guys. It's been a great show, B-Bird.
Yeah, man, great show. Appreciate y'all getting me on, man.
And we'll chat about Friday and try to get that all set up. And so, man, appreciate it. And we'll like I said, put B-Bird. Did you put B-Bird's link to his channel in there?
I did.
Yeah, let me just shout out to the people, man. Like, hey, B-Bird Cowboys on YouTube. I'm on Twitter also, getting a little more active on Twitter. So follow me on both. B-Bird Cowboys, man, on YouTube and on Twitter, man. I definitely appreciate the follow.
For sure.
Okay,
and I put
B-Bird.
the link. I put the link on the actual page. So all you gotta do, guys, is hit it from right there. Just copy and paste.
I appreciate y'all. Appreciate
and
y'all.
then what I'm gonna do tomorrow, B-Bird, I encourage you to do it too. So tomorrow morning, I'm gonna post a link to our show on X, and you can do it as well. So we'll have you the link. I'm still trying to figure a lot of this stuff out, like you are. Like I don't even know how to put our link in the chat yet. I'm trying to figure that out. So
hey, I gotta get a green screen.
Well, I don't like my green screen.
I like yours, man. It's cool.
The only reason I'm using it is because the room I'm in, it's like a yellow color. So I had a Cowboy banner, but you can still see the yellow part around it. But yeah, it's kind of good when it works. But I'll give you some tips on it on what does and what does not work. Man. Yeah. Well, Jules, he's the guy. He's a technical guy. But yeah, as soon as I get a chance, I'm gonna get rid of mine. But I'm gonna be in another room though. And the room I'm gonna be in is a dark color. So I'll talk to you about it later. All right, man. We'll appreciate it, B-Bird.
All right, man.
Okay. Have a good week. We'll chat later.
All right,
All right,
Jules, take it
everybody.
easy, brother.
For sure.
Okay.
I'll see y'all later.
All
All
right.
right, man.
All right, bye.